And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, with our basketball segment of episode 172 of the SplashCast Monday Night Raw. As you can see, we did a wardrobe change. Just kidding. It's Christmas Eve. We decided to come back on a Tuesday and finish up because it was 12 o'clock and we're not podding until 3 a.m. anymore. That has been executively decided. Decision. And let me tell you something. This is also sponsored by tequila. I have been drinking a lot. I've been drinking since about 6 a.m., 6 p.m.
I thought you was going to tell us what you was like drinking. He was like, a lot.
I said tequila.
Fair enough.
It's sponsored by tequila.
And neat?
Some of it. Shots, yes. Most of it.
Ooh.
It was
Black Dad. True.
It's my god brother's oldest daughter's birthday. She turned 7. Happy birthday, Gia. Christmas Eve, baby. Kyrielle went over there and had a ball.
Great.
Trying to keep up with the big kids. Rod knows how to throw a party. Nah, they 7, 6, and she the youngest one there, but she's having a good time. Shout out to Rod and Jasmine, to the Smith family, to the Smith family clan. That was fantastic. Shout out to the to-go beverage.
Hopefully you stuck a to-go plate in there. Double up. Double up, baby.
You know how black folks do. Please take a plate to go. You ain't got to tell me, but a half a time. Please take it. Gotcha.
That'd be the other part, though. You be trying to get rid of this stuff because then it'd be like Thursday of the next week and it's still in the refrigerator. Like, bro, what am I doing with this?
I don't want to eat no more Alfredo.
Right. Alfredo done dried up in there. Nah, I'm good. I don't want that. All right.
Oh, man. So, hey, look, we didn't even tell y'all we was going to podcast on a Tuesday. This is just, we decided to do it. Yeah. So, it is what it is.
And happy holidays from the SplashCast and from Time Team Media.
Yeah, man. Happy holidays.
Who else? Who else but us?
Again, this is sponsored by 100% agave tequila for Reggie.
Agave. When you start drinking agave tequila, you start eating Kobe beef. So I'm happy to see that you going up on a Tuesday.
Well, I'm about to be up. You know, Santa Claus got to put together all the gifts, the doll houses and the new beds and all of that stuff. So
Uncle Claus don't have that, baby. Uncle Claus say it'll be in the Amazon Bizarre.
Lord. So we finishing up. We talked about the pregame. We did HBCU news around the culture. Y'all make sure y'all go listen to those segments. We did NFL and NCAA football. Apparently, I pissed a lot of y'all off down there in Dixie in Alabama. And you want to let me tell you something? Norwood said it, but I'm going to say it to you. Immediate. Don't give a damn. Y'all can hate the truth all you want to. You shouldn't have lost to the Commodores. You shouldn't have lost. Just shouldn't have lost. Otherwise, you suck. It is what it is. You can't complain about not being in the tournament when you don't even qualify. You can't even get in. How you gonna get mad outside the club? Shout out to Breezy.
Big Breeze.
So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started with the NBA with the basketball segment. Let's talk about nobody you, Doug Gottlieb. So if y'all know about big Doug Gottlieb, Doug is a basketball coach. He was also a ESPN personality, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, correct.
Known for being a smart aleck. The grown version, that's what you call a juvenile. The grown version is being an asshole. He actually went at Adam Schefter about a couple things, but Doug Gottlieb, who is the coach of University of Wisconsin Green Bay, which is a Division I school, called his opponent nobody you, and he basically, I'm not gonna say he did call him nobody you, but he wasn't specifically targeting them. He was just saying that you would rather play meaningful games versus playing, nobodies, meaning people that are beneath you in class, kind of like money games in football. The thing about that is When you call people nobody you got to win. And Doug called somebody nobody you. And the same day that he said it, they ended up losing that game.
That's the thing about the disrespect.
Michigan Tech. He played Michigan Tech.
And I would say you hate to see it, but you don't. I don't think that he was really taking a true shot at Michigan Tech, but you made a mistake. And we now live in a world where everything that you say will be heard. And they should. Now I am perfectly okay with them taking offense to this, because I would have took offense to this.
100%.
The thing that you can't do, though, is then subsequently lose to the team that you called nobody you.
In state.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You doing that is going to get you onto Instagram on the Yahoo Sports being quoted about losing to nobody you. Then that's going to then move you over to the SplashCast, where me and Reggie laugh at you as you embarrass yourself.
It will also get you closer to what you call the axe, the guillotine, the torch.
They fire you from Green Bay, not the Packers. I don't know who. Now, see, you also really shouldn't be nobody you talking about nobody you.
About to say, that was my next thing. At what level can you call somebody nobody you? You are at University of Wisconsin, Green Bay. You know that's called privilege. That's you thinking that you bigger. That's you thinking because you're you that you are more important than the next person.
Horizon League basketball, taking shots at somebody else is crazy.
Crazy.
Only reason I know that because I turned my head to the side and I read it, because I would never know what Horizon League is.
Any school that got a dash in their name, University of North Carolina, Charlotte, University of Wisconsin, Green Bay, University of whatever, not Mercer, Macon campus. Y'all can't call nobody you. Don't be disrespectful. Don't be disrespectful. Be humble. Humble.
When was the last time y'all put somebody in the league now?
You can Google it. You might get the little spinning wheel for a couple seconds. Gotta search. Nobody, baby.
Span. All the players have ever played for Green Bay and played in the NBA. Tony Bennett, 1992. Alonzo McKinney, 2015. Jeff Nordgaard, 1996. Kiefer Sykes. 2015. And Logan Vander Velden.
Vander Velden. So they're all of the same demographic.
No. Alonzo McKinney, definitely not.
Oh, Alonzo. Well, yeah, Alonzo. I'm about to say it's a white Dante out there now.
He got 5
in the league.
years. Alonzo got 5 years. These guys, and then the most points average was by Kiefer Sykes at 5.6. Boy.
Oh, you turn out cheerleaders. You turning out cheerleaders. Dylan Brooks.
Who did actually put people in the NBA? Nobody you. Don't look left. Don't look right. Look at yourself, you damn fool. Congratulations, I guess.
And then you went at Adam Schefter, which I think was banter, but Schefter has a much bigger voice than you do now. And he did not think that was funny for you to go at him and say whatever you said, and he looked you a new one. So all in all, you got to be giving your station is so disrespectful. That's a disrespect. Is it cool for them to talk to us, giving their station? Like, nah, don't talk to me about no station, dog.
Yeah, I need you to know yours. That if people knew their station in life, people would act a lot differently than they do. Or they just had the fear of getting punched in the face.
Hey, look, man. Punch people in the face is a great equalizer. All right.
Yeah, Fury got dribble around the hammer.
Dribble around. Go to the pregame. Like, follow, subscribe. Go look at the pregame. You're going to see a 6'9" bald-headed man get dribbled like a basketball. Thrown around like Foursquare. He got destroyed.
Y'all, that's another thing. Y'all never gonna beat me in Foursquare. I'm the greatest Foursquare player of all time.
Popcorn.
Oh, you're a cheater. Yo, Foursquare rules were
Like-
whatever you could come up with. Yeah.
Uno. They like Uno.
Nasty
Foursquare
as
was Foursquare just prepared you for Uno. That's all it really did.
Right.
All right, moving on. How you feel about this? So the NBA announces that they filmed a sit-down conversation, which looks like it happened during USA basketball during the Olympics, between KD, Curry, and LeBron. And it will be released ahead of the Christmas Day games.
First of all, there are a couple things here. They look like your cousins that went specifically at Thanksgiving.
Took a walk.
Come back.
Yeah, low dead.
Yeah, probably a little expensive wine there too. Put the
No
water
KD
there so
was.
it looks. Yeah. Put the water there so it looked like we just chilling. But I've seen the clips of this so far, and it's really good. I'm excited to sit down and actually be able to watch it. I probably won't watch it tomorrow. I want to be able to sit and not have to worry about 18 million games. That's probably a good like Monday or Tuesday. Oh, excuse me, Thursday work thing. Just to watch that and listen to it. Just gonna be good. And we've never had this before. Jordan and Barkley and Magic never did this before. This is kind of uncharted territory, especially during their career.
Well, I agree. That was my point, that this is how you take advantage of the times that we're in. We are in the information age. We are in the age of social media and all access everything, right? When we were younger, all access was extra. Pay-per-view was extra. All of that stuff. Now is basically, I'm not gonna say a given or like a requirement, but like if you don't have some type of behind the scenes stuff, you are falling behind the times. And for them, this was great foresight to do this during the Olympics when you had everybody there. I will say I still don't think that the NBA and NFL now should post all of these things on so many different platforms. I would love to see this on the NBA app. Like the NBA app or HBO or whatever, but I would love to see that. I know that the brand deals won't allow you to do that. I think KD is Showtime, LeBron is HBO. I don't think Curry has a media deal yet. But for the most part, I would have loved to see this just on one singular platform. But overall, I'm definitely tuning in. Definitely tuning in.
You gotta put this. And I mean, NBA app is cool, but you need to put this where it's easily accessible. I think that's for the
HBO.
NBA. That's kind of, yeah. Everybody can't afford HBO. That's what I'm trying to say. We need to make these things. If you want the TV interest to go back up, you got to make things more accessible to people who don't have money to pay for extras. The common man has to be able to access it if you want them to spend money, specifically in a time where money is tight.
How does the NBA improve the ratings? Because this is something that's a big problem.
You make it accessible. You got to think about how long me and you've been podding. Think about how difficult it was just for me to watch Hawks games. It's damn near impossible. And then I just broke down and finally just bought League Pass. But if you want to be a Hawks fan, it's difficult to watch, especially if you're not a large market team. You know how hard it's got to be to try to watch Charlotte Hornets games, Pacers games, Utah Jazz games. And then you still put you put games on NBA TV. I don't know how the hell to watch a game on NBA TV, but I'm also not interested in figuring it out. So if that game goes on NBA TV, hell, whoever watches, congratulations.
Yeah, and then to like, you also have the brands, right? So like Samsung, like I have Samsung TVs. You know, you can't really stream straight to a Samsung television. You can't stream the NBA app. Like you
got, and even how you get to it is it's through YouTube. YouTube is good,
which
and
is
bad.
A terrible brand deal. That was a terrible brand deal for the functionality of it.
It's just really a pain in the ass to have to go into YouTube and find it there. And you just assume that, hey, there will be a League Pass app. I will go to the League Pass app and they'll have every home game and every away stream. That's simple.
And then I could download it on my TV, or I can stream it straight there. And the thing about it, you can stream one game, but the advantage of the League Pass app is the same thing as the advantage of the NFL Sunday Ticket, is that you can watch 2 or 3 games at one time. That's what I want to do. If I'm gonna pay to watch 15 games and 5 of them are playing at the same time, I want to be able to watch 5 of them at the same time. I don't want to have to stream, click another one, go back, click another one. Oh, I saw this, go back. No, I don't want to do all that. It's too complicated. So I think that's one way to make it more accessible. Y'all gotta figure out this All-Star game. We posted in the group the 2001 All-Star game when the East came back. Even though they weren't playing in the first 3 quarters, they were still playing. I mean, it was still blocks. If you don't put the ball right in front of my face, I'm gonna block you. Like, it wasn't like, oh, I ain't gonna do that. Now, it was still dunks, it was still threes, but it was also, especially in the fourth, it was competitive.
That's back when people say I'm gonna cut your ass in the
All-Star game. Yeah.
But this is also the players' fault. You guys make too much money, is what you're telling us. I make too much money to care about this game. That is what you put out there. At the end of the day, the game itself hasn't changed. The effort is what's changed. So if y'all don't want to play this game, then just call them All-Stars, parade them out there, and then send them home, bro. It's the same thing with the Pro Bowl. Let it go. If y'all can't put together anything, then just let it die. Let it be. You're an All-Star. Great. You don't.
Yeah, the Pro Bowl is different because the Pro Bowl changed once Robert Edwards got hurt. When Robert Edwards, the running back out of UGA, was Rookie of the Year, went to the Pro Bowl and tore every ligament in his knee playing the pro-am volleyball, whatever. That's when you started to see the change. That's when you started seeing people opt out. You started people accepting to go play in the Pro Bowl and then not playing but wearing the jersey on the sideline, and it declined. Same with the bowl season in college football. When what's the linebacker that came out of Notre Dame? I think his name was Jalen. He came out of Notre Dame. He was supposed to be a top 5 pick, and he basically tore his entire knee in the Fiesta Bowl. And he had dead foot. And they drafted him in the 2nd round off the strength of hoping that he could get back to whatever he is. He ended up playing really well. But he ended up playing really well, but he was never the same. It's the same thing. But the NBA hadn't had none of that. In the All-Star game, ain't nobody got hurt seriously. Like, everybody that's gotten hurt has gotten hurt in USA or in the league, in the game. It's never so like.
But see, you got to let people have their own thing. If y'all want to be the era that ruined the All-Star game, that's what it is. You guys not trying anymore. You're continuously, the players are putting out a bad product. Y'all have to take some accountability. Adam Silver can't do anything to make y'all play any harder. Y'all clearly not interested. And I can understand because you're making so much money, but you're also putting yourself in a unique position where, we don't want to play 82 games. We want to shorten the season. Now we don't want to play an All-Star game. You're looking like AAU basketball players. That's the only thing I can really say about that.
They are AAU basketball players. I mean, look at KD. Like, KD's foundation of how he played high school basketball has followed him in every single aspect of his career. I think he played at 3 high schools.
I think he's okay with that. I think that he's.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the best scorer. I'm one of the best scorers of all time.
Yeah, he's a guy who just wants to play basketball all the time. I don't care who on my team, honestly. I just want to hoop. And y'all know how I have certain opinions about some of his moves. But at the end of the day, they're not putting together enough effort for me. And if y'all don't put enough effort, then get it off the screen.
Or leave it on there. We just won't watch. Yeah. Either way, it is what it is. I mean, it's still money out there, though. Seeing your man Dame Lillard got that lifetime contract extension with Adidas.
Congratulations. 100% congratulations. Lifetime contract for the rest of his existence. That is fantastic. Now, on the heels of the other thing we just had, I think he's the only guy. I think he's the 4th guy with the lifetime contract, and he didn't get invited to that conversation. And that was interesting to me. Because if I remember correctly, Steph has a lifetime deal with Under Armour. KD has a lifetime deal with Nike. LeBron has a nice lifetime deal with Nike, and now he is the fourth with a lifetime deal with Adidas.
Oh, you talking about at the sit down?
Yeah.
Respectfully, you ain't at that table, big dog. You ain't at that table.
Right. Oh, I guess you have to have a championship to be at that table.
You got to have a whole lot. You ain't at that table now.
Yeah. But I was just saying like that. Like he's the next guy with the lifetime contract, but he's not in that stratosphere player.
You got the greatest career of all time, the greatest shooter of all time, and one of the greatest scorers of all time. I mean,
the greatest scorer of all time. I don't think there's anybody who scores the ball more effectively or efficiently than Kevin Durant ever.
I mean, it's hard to argue.
Out of everybody to watch, Kevin, like that's where Kevin Durant has the advantage over everybody. His game is the most fun to watch. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
LeBron is just.
I'm the best athlete to ever play in the NBA, and there's nothing. LeBron. I think that's what's frustrating about LeBron. If LeBron just said, I'm going to do this for the rest of the game, whatever it is, I'm going to shoot threes, I'm going to do it. I'm going to dunk on you, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to lock down your best player, I'm going to do it. I'm going to post up, I'm going to do it. Whatever he wanted to do, he could do it. It's just LeBron just didn't do it. And so he would kind of shy away. But man.
We just wish he had a little bit more of the Shaquille O'Neal in him. That's what we really wanted from him. Is just punish these people. You're bigger than them. Run them out of there like Shaq used to do. Shaq used to get them people out of the paint, boy, literally.
Does CJ McCollum make a big difference when it comes to the Bucks in their title chances?
To me,
assuming you got to trade, so you got to get rid of somebody. I don't know who you get rid of.
What's the old boy who always hurt?
Middleton.
I can see CJ Middleton.
Chris Middleton.
Chris Middleton, you're right. The same. It's a swap. Just CJ is more available.
He's smaller. You become a really, really, really small team if you get CJ. You add Giannis.
Not really.
I mean, yeah, you do.
And
Middleton is 6'7", 6'8". Middleton is 6'7", 6'8".
Lopez and Giannis. Okay.
Now, what allows you to do this is the fact that they have the second-year player out of UConn that plays hella defense. So you can bring him off the bench and just put CJ.
Andre Jackson.
Yeah, you could play him at the 2-3.
He's in the starting lineup. So it will go Dame, CJ, Andre, Giannis, Brook. Andre ain't the biggest. I guess he's 6'6". He's solid size.
He's tall enough.
Yeah, I mean, that works for me. I mean, that bench just sucks. And Bobby Porter's only good against the Hawks.
No, Bobby's good. Bobby's getting older. He one of them players that once that age hits you, it ain't no graceful fall off. It's a cliff.
You know what? Let me stop. Bobby Porter's averaging 14 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. Perfectly fine. Yeah, you can't ask for no more. My bad. Respect. Now, the bench being AJ Green, Gary Trent Jr., Taurean Prince, and Bobby Portis.
Gary Trent Jr. was the letdown on that bench. He was supposed to be more than he is. That was trading for him. That he was supposed to be the shooter off the bench.
Yeah, well, that was, if I remember correctly, that was a Norm Powell trade that took. Norm Powell just decided to be good this year. That Gary Trent Jr. Norm Powell trade
is incorrect.
How did Gary Trent Jr. get to the Bucks?
No, I'm saying you said Norm Powell Jr. just decided to be good. Norm Powell has been good for a while. He just was always off the bench. He got a start. He was able to start this year. He's been good for a while.
You know what? You're right. Clippers. Oh, no, I'm not counting. That was 5 games. 2022, 17 points a game. 23-24, 14 points a game. This year, 24 points a game.
Starting.
Damn.
Cooking.
Yeah. Well, he's
a microwave. He can score 12 points in 3 minutes.
He's shooting 47% for 3. Damn.
He's always been a good shooter. He just didn't. He never got the opportunity to start. I mean, he's always had to give up the shots.
Yeah,
nobody give up the shots to. No.
Yeah. That's because Kawhi's hurt, so he getting all the shots. Man, Kawhi, God, dog. Woo, woo. And y'all talk about James Harden. James Harden playing his ass off. 22, 7, and 8 at 40.
James Harden realized that he's still stronger than everybody. Like, James Harden never played to his strength. Literal, not figurative of like being the backup. No, James Harden is strong. He's a big guard. He's 6'6". He's 6'6", probably 215. In NBA size, that's a big guard. And he could literally get through you, but it threw you off because he was drawing fouls. But nah, if he wanted to go through you, he could. And now he decided, okay, I lost a step speed wise. I'm gonna still shoot over you, and now I'm just gonna punish you.
And I don't even think that he lost a step speed wise. I don't think he really wants to. I don't think he's. I think that if you get out there in the island with him and think that he lost a step, you'll be tapped. Hey, where you going? But right now, he playing out of his mind. Just talk about the Hawks, man.
Nope.
It's actually good around there.
Nope. Before we get to the Hawks, we talked about the Spurs are at the point now. I want to talk about a few things. Big Vic Wemby, alien. Next coming, the next iteration of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Stop! Don't be a hoe, bro. Don't be a hoe. All this flopping, falling, extravagant ass. You 7'6" or 7'4", 7'5", big dog. All that. You can score literally on everybody, dunk on everybody, block everybody's shot, shoot from anywhere on the court. There's no need for you to flop. If you keep flopping, and I'm not talking about just with Andre Drummond. We saw the Andre Drummond shit. I'm not talking about that by itself. That is something that was just brought to the forefront. You can't keep flopping, or you're going to end up falling into the category of the love-hate of Luka Doncic. If you love Luka Doncic, you love him. And skill-wise, you can't argue it. People hate Luka because he be flopping, he be falling, all of that other stuff. And he don't play no defense. But you, sir, are too good to be a flopper. You're too good. Too good. NBA refs, you send them back to training camp. Let me take this out. We ain't even talking about this right now. Send them back to training camp. Send the refs back to training camp. You need to figure out about the flopping. You need to figure out about the technical fouls. You need to figure out about how to call a game correctly and all of this shit.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, the refs are embarrassing, but Wembanyama, you have the gift and the curse of being slim like you is if anybody gets close to you and you fall down, it looks like they threw you down. It ain't your job to make the referees do better. Referees referee better. If I get close to somebody and I can fall down and y'all gonna call the foul, do it. Do it. Because the people who hate Luka Doncic are not Dallas Mavericks fans. I'm gonna tell you, there's a certain group of people who love it.
Yeah.
Mavs fans. And I'll be honest. The rule, like the NBA has changed the rules for Trey.
What's up, Mr. Sean the Man? Appreciate it.
What up, though?
Welcome.
But as far as Trey goes, when Trey was doing that foul baiting where he'll get in front of you and he know he got you right here, jump back and foul. Y'all know how I feel about Trey. And I was like, well, y'all keep standing behind him, do it. If they get behind you, it's just like when a wide receiver stacks a cornerback. When I got you in a bad position, my job is to take advantage of you. If you continuously get put in this bad position, I'm going to continuously take advantage of you and till they change the rules. And eventually they kind of changed the rules so Trey couldn't do that backstop jump. But
then you just figured I'm just going to stop.
Yeah. Right. But I mean, if you watch Trey, and I know it's difficult doing that in the regular season when you got a different, game plan for everybody. But if you watch Trey for any amount of time, if he get it and he got that 6 sense to know when you chasing him and he's right behind you, he going to do the jump. He going to act like he's shooting the ball and he's jumping backwards. And if he does it decently, they give it to him every time. At one point, he got a little too crazy with it. He was jumping whatever direction you was in. But if
he don't
the
jump
angle
backwards now. He does the Dame. Dame perfected that where he just jumped straight up. I mean, that's a foul. But
but it's a jump and it's a linger. It's not like I'm jumping and shooting. Trey's also knows that I can get my shot in the last 10th of a second once I'm in the air. I'm a shooter. So I'm going to just jump and I'm going to just see how long I can be in the air. And if you're running fast behind me, you're just going to run into me.
Yeah, but Vic 7'6", dog. Like, bro, what I don't want to see, you're too good to me, in my opinion. He's too good. And I know it's within the rules, but y'all got to figure out the rules. Because if you allow him to flop, there's literally no way you can stop him. You can't do anything with a 7'6", 9-10 foot wingspan, 3-point shooting, crossover dribbling, shot blocking phenom. You can't, and then you can't touch him. Pause. Like you might as well. Your rating's gonna keep going down.
No, because the other part is you're gonna eventually you're gonna get the Giannis or Anthony Edwards treatment. If you don't do it this way, where they just expect you to just get slapped around no matter what because you're stronger than everybody else. And I mean, even Joker, you see what Joker's arms looks like after games a lot of times.
He played the Hawks and he was bleeding.
Rats, bro, you better fall down, fam. And you light skin. If they cut you, hey, ref, I'm leaking. Because Joker Joker doesn't do that much flopping, honestly.
Joker don't flop for real. Joker don't flop. Joker just like you, whatever. Joker the type of, I mean, that's that Eastern European. Like I'm bigger than you, stronger than you. You can smack me all you want to. 45, 25, 15, and a championship with an MVP, and I'm gonna go race these horses. I would rather Vic be that. I would rather Vic be that than.
I think that Vic would also love I think he would love the weight of Joker too. There is a big difference between Wembanyama is 7'3", 235.
That is pencil.
Right.
Yao was 300. Like
exactly. But this is the thing. He can shoot the praying mantis one leg 3-pointer too. That.
Yeah, he did that.
What he can do.
When he went off against the Hawks, I was like, all right. Back on. The reason I brought up Big Vic.
Hold on. Wait. Joker is 6'11", 284, which during the season probably closer to almost right at
315. 315.
So yeah, you looking at 300 to 235, fall down. I don't got that. And if y'all can give me that, then great. But until I get it, I'm gonna fall down.
I do agree. If you keep falling down and getting flopped, then all right. Well, then if I'm gonna foul you. I'm gonna foul you for real.
Oh,
Anthony Mason, cool. Charles Oakley, Anthony Davis.
Now, see, that's cool, but y'all don't know that man read 50 books. He might be in there praying and stretching. You get that Dalzine slap of fire. Everybody think just because people tall that they can't fight. He get mad and slap one of y'all. Come ring my bell. You got slapped by the Frenchman?
You had to show me, bro. Rudy 7'2". Rudy 7'2". Whatever. He ain't did nothing. And you got to battle the stereotype. Don't nobody believe you. Show me.
Now, Rudy, you also getting to the point in your career where you could sit out for 15 games just to prove your point. You done made your money, now slap somebody. Because I bet you if you slap one person, and it need to be Draymond, they wouldn't even probably hit you that bad for that. They probably give you like 10 games. You slap Draymond, you might become an icon.
I don't know why people don't. I'm speaking from a place of unknown. I'm speaking from a place that I don't know, because I never understood why nobody beat up KG. I never understood why nobody slapped Draymond. I never understood why nobody slapped all. I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
I mean, now there is a part of that. I think that Draymond ain't scared of the vast majority of y'all.
I don't care. You don't got to be scared of me. You don't got to be scared of me. But if you gonna put me in a headlock, I'm gonna retaliate. I ain't gonna sit there and do this. Nah, bro. At this point, the rules out the window.
I got that photo on like watercolor or something somewhere in my phone.
The rules is out the window. He done smacked you. He done stepped on somebody's chest. He smacked up. He stepped on Sabonis' chest.
And we got Nas Reed, dog.
Punch Jordan Poole. Draymond is a menace. I don't see how none of y'all. I kick Draymond back. He ain't got no ACL. Kick him in the knee. Kick him in the knee. 100 times. Every time he go for a rebound, I kick him in the knee. You gonna punch me every time. By the time you finish, you ain't gonna be able to walk. Pause if necessary.
Hey yo, coming to break you off.
No. But hey, so I brought up the whole thing about this Victor Wembanyama thing was De'Aaron Fox is not happy in Sacramento. I think he's at a point of he doesn't think that they can get any better than what they are. I don't necessarily disagree, and I don't necessarily agree. I think the bench pieces, I think Keegan Murray, I think a lot of those younger players are able to get better. Plus, the West is so unbalanced. I think you could make a move and make a run. But his agent, of course, is Clutch Sports himself, Rich Paul, and they said that they're monitoring what the Kings are doing. We talked about this in football with Myles Garrett. Y'all, I'm not going to sign a contract extension or I'm not going to request a trade if y'all decide to make winning moves, which means if y'all don't do what I think y'all going to do, or I don't think it's good enough, I'm out. Same thing here. He's been rumored to go, the number one place he would go is San Antonio.
Yeah, if you're a point guard right now, San Antonio is the either San Antonio or the Lakers in a certain capacity. Is it
Lakers? I ain't going to Lakers. LeBron ain't gonna give you the ball.
Yes, LeBron will 100% give you the ball. He don't want the ball. That's one thing I do believe. Yeah, I just think that the Spurs is a better long-term play than the Lakers. But both places, you're going to be able to run the point. You're going to have elite five. The Spurs just have more money to spend. And especially once they move some of them players. Yeah, once they get that log jam out of there, they're going to have, because they
whatever trade
guys.
Whatever trade they make would relieve the log jam. So if you get De'Aaron Fox, you're going to have to send Keldon Johnson, Sochan, I assume, and probably one more person.
And probably Castle. I mean, realistically, it's kind of redundant to have Castle and Fox at the same time. And you're gonna need a point guard back. You don't have one laying around anymore because you gave up Tyrese Halliburton.
Ooh, I just saw in the comments somebody said De'Aaron Fox to Orlando would be crazy.
Oh my God. Yeah. But they're not gonna take that, not unless you give them something, and they don't have anything to give anymore. And they're not giving up
Suggs.
What? They're not taking Suggs for Fox, my boy, and the money don't matter.
You could take Suggs and somebody, and the money ain't far off. Remember, he just signed that contract extension.
Yo, do you know what Fox makes? You know what Suggs makes? Not the same. Not the same.
You could add in Preacher Man. You could make that trade work, and it wouldn't be difficult.
I'm not taking Preacher Man back for sure.
If you taking whatever I give you, if Fox don't want to be there.
He can't. Yeah, no. I don't. I'm not giving up. No, I don't have to do anything. No.
Okay. You do. You do have to. If he decide I want to leave, that's the age that we live in. If a player decide they want to leave, you do have to 100% do something.
Oh, I can get you to somewhere else, though. I could get you to somewhere else.
And then I say I'm not. No, that don't matter. You think you can. You think you can say that and say I'm not. If you decide to trade him there, I'm not playing. Now that eliminates them.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if I'm a team, I'm not gonna be the GM that sends a elite point guard to the Spurs. Same thing I said about the Hawks when we was considering trade. You could do whatever you want to, long as you don't send him to LA, you don't send him to Wemby. If you send Wembanyama an elite point guard, you might as well fire yourself. You're gonna be fired anyway. At least get the check for another year. But if you send Fox and you don't get every draft pick they ever gonna have,
and they got other people. They got other people draft picks, so they can just send you them and keep theirs.
Right. And on top of that, let me think. No, that's probably ain't it. Yeah. I'm doing something else. I'm not sending him to San Antonio.
You not. San Antonio, they one thing that they can do is sweeten the pot. They can sweeten the pot better than probably most teams that would be in the running. They got all the assets. They got all the assets. And they're going to be in the top. They're going to be a lottery pick this year. So, I mean, let's mess around, let them be a lottery pick, and they stand pat and get Cooper Flag.
Oh, no. They're not going to be a lottery pick. Spurs are a playoff team. They're definitely they're a play-in team for sure. That is gone. Flown on.
Let's talk about these Hawks.
Yeah, Chris Paul don't play for the lottery now. He don't do that. As soon as Chris Paul show up on your team, you winning games.
Let's talk about these Hawks while I look up these standings to see who's a playoff team and who's not.
Yeah.
Hawks 3-game skid before. Well, we broke this 3-game skid by beating the Minnesota Timberwolves yesterday.
Great job.
Great
win.
Great win.
UOODJOB. Good job.
San Antonio is number 9 right now. You assume that Minnesota's going to catch them, Phoenix going to catch them, and Sacramento going to catch them. So that would put them at 13.
Spurs are going to be in the playoff. They're going to be in the play-in. I'm willing to bet everything.
Who's not going to make it then?
I mean, the Suns and the Lakers and the Warriors. One of them is going to fall apart. One of them is going to bail too. We losing for what? What are we playing this hard for?
New Orleans is 5-25. Oh my Lord!
Their whole team got hurt. Their whole team fell apart. What you talking about? The Wizards 4-23. They didn't win for a month.
But the Wizards we've known. Like, I ain't expect for New Orleans to be the Wizards. They got nobody. They got 2 players. Like, I ain't expect for New Orleans to be 5-25. But yeah, back to the Hawks. The Hawks are right now in 7th. Really, we could probably get to 6th. Is probably our ceiling. I don't think we'll be able to take over the Bucks, the Magic, the Knicks, the Celtics, or the Cavs. So you're looking at 6
wins right now. That's the best thing that we can do right now is continue to steal wins against teams.
Are we still on wins? We literally lost 3 games in a row.
Yes, but we're not a 500 team. Let me tell you the teams that are supposed to be better than us. I mean, I guess not.
Go ahead. I'm looking at the same graphic you looking at.
The Sixers are supposed to be better than us.
I didn't think. The thing about the Sixers
and the Pacers, the Sixers and the Pacers are supposed to be better than us.
When they traded for Paul George, I was like, man, I don't know about that. I ain't never been a big Paul George. I ain't never been on the Paul George bandwagon since he left Indianapolis. I've never been like Paul George is that guy. He's gonna be. That never was me.
Paul George is an unfortunate situation, but that whole team, you got Maxey, who was hurt for an extended amount of time. Paul George with the hyperextended leg. They lost McCain for the season. He was rookie of the year level. They lost him. And then Embiid got hurt and then came back and then a cracked sinus. And he back with a mask on. I mean,
getting tossed out.
Terrible
refs.
Yeah. I hate to say it, but and like the leg thing is the health thing. But the cracked sinus is a whole I got karate chopped in the face, fam. I can't breathe.
That's unfortunate. But you also traded for a habitually hurt player. Like Paul George been hurt for a while. He been hurt.
What did you give up though?
I don't know, but you could. My point is, I'm not surprised that Philly isn't good because he's been hurt he's been hurt every year. He's been hurt every year. Every year. So, I mean, I do agree that Indiana's supposed to be better than us. Philly is probably supposed to be better than us. But I don't know. Because, I mean, the Hawks are a good roster. Like, they need to do some upgrades. But as part of a team buying into the scheme and built around what they have, they're not as bad as a roster as most people think.
Yeah, yes. Well, let's be real here. DeAndre Hunter's playing better than he's ever played before. That wasn't on the bingo card. He
should have been.
He was
putting him on the. We've been saying for 2 years you should bring him off the bench. We've been saying that for a while.
I didn't know he was going to come off the bench and be a world beater.
Why? He ain't got to pass to nobody. The offense is around him and Bogey. When he was in the starting lineup, the offense was around him, Jalen Johnson, or John Collins, or DeJounte Murray. He was always the third or fourth option.
In hindsight, if you put 2 top 10 picks and an elite shooter on your bench,
you're supposed to be good.
You should be good. You're supposed to be good. But I mean, also, Hunter went into the season as
on the trading block.
The most tradable person, I would assume. The most tradable.
Bogey was the most tradable person.
No. Well, no. When I say most tradable, like the Hawks would be okay with. They don't ever want to get rid of Bogey. I don't think. I think
Bogey's trade man. Bogey is Trey's man. Yeah. So now we did play. Speaking of Bogey, we did play against Minnesota. We beat Minnesota. Ant-Man. He didn't even play. The Hawks.
I mean, great value. Bogey played.
Garrison Matthews. Garrison Matthews. He's never gonna he'll probably never get cut now because he knows his role. He's cheap, and he's not a cancer in the locker room. He's basically Peyton Pritchard. Like, that's basically what he is.
You're right. I mean, he's really great value Bogey. He's just not as good as Bogey, but when Bogey leg be acting up, you can stick him out there for a little bit, and Garrett's going to chuck it, and he's going to do a pretty good job of either getting fouled at the three-point line or hitting the threes. Now, he's terrible on defense and fouls too much, but in a stopgap, I think that him and Bogey need to be a partnership, like the Morris brothers were for a long time. Yeah, like, hey, when you get him, you get me too. Because his leg don't work all the time. When his leg don't work, I'm right here. I'm here. So you gonna get 82 games out of us. How does that feel? And I'm cheap.
Yeah.
That's really what he is.
And the Hawks lost 4 or 6. But I want to make people were y'all know I'm in all the Hawks groups. I talk about it. All right.
I know we ain't crying before Christmas now.
That's our executive producer. She does not want to go to sleep. But our last 6 games, we played Denver, New York, Milwaukee, San Antonio, Memphis, Minnesota. All of those teams are at our level or better. Yeah. Right? And all of those teams have a player that at the end of the day, when we lost to Milwaukee, we just couldn't stop Giannis. We were a better team. We played a better game than them. And then Giannis just said, okay.
And no Trey in that game.
And we were still a better team. No, we only lost by 8. But Giannis just said,
no, you're not beating the Bucks without Trey.
Well, Trey did play. He had 35 points. But
who was out, dude?
You end up I don't remember. But you end up because Jalen Johnson had 10 rebounds. But you end up the thing is Giannis is just Giannis. And we couldn't do nothing about it. With Denver, Joker is Joker. With San Antonio, Victor Wembanyama scored 42 points and had 15 rebounds and 7 blocks. Memphis may be one of the better teams in the league quietly. They play hell. The grindhouse is there. And then we beat Minnesota. And they can be had, but I mean, they also play really good defense. So what I'm saying is if there's a team that doesn't have a superstar, we normally beat them. Like Cleveland, Donovan Mitchell is really good, but you don't really fear Donovan Mitchell. It's hard for Donovan. Actually, he does take over the game, but that's what it is. When a team has a big man that we can't stop, we can't stop him. We can't do nothing. Ain't nothing we can do.
You know what the answer is? The answer is Dyson Daniels. That's the answer. When we put Dyson Daniels on most people, you go from being the most elite superstar to being just a superstar. That's what he did to Anthony Edwards. I think Anthony had like 16 points. He did it on 23 shots, though. And he was clearly frustrated. Dyson is just, man, he's big enough to guard anybody 1 through 3 that really is a problem. And he's just such a pest that it's nothing. He is the definition of a tryhard. He's the guy who's in practice like, bruh, stop. We're just trying to get a possession. And he's going to wreck it no matter what. And that's how you end up with 8 steals last night.
Yeah, 8 steals. Now, he leads the NBA in 81 steals. He's number 2 right now as Defensive Player of the Year behind Big Vic. Maybe just 1B, depending on how you look at it.
He's got to be 1B because as good as Vic is, Dyson Daniels has made us a good defensive play, like a good defensive team, damn near by himself. It's way more impressive to see what Dyson Daniels is doing. And Dyson Daniels also has to do this for Trey. He's doing a lot better. He's still one of the worst defenders in the NBA, though. And Dyson is making it where we're a defensive team now. Our offense is actually problematic.
Yeah, what's crazy is he's 28 steals ahead of the next person. What also is crazy about this graphic on the audio is 81 steals, and then the next 2 people are on the same team in the same backcourt, with SGA out Oklahoma and Jalen Williams out Oklahoma 53 and 50. So I mean, 81 steals at this point in the season is video game numbers. It is 81 steals. I mean, he's averaging like 5 steals a game. Like that's
81 possessions. Think about that.
81 stops by yourself. That's not a rebound. That's not a missed shot, free throw, intentional foul, nothing. That's just I'm taking the ball from you. That's 5 times a game. Sneaky, you're right. That is shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody here. We appreciate all 130 of y'all watching. 81 steals in this part of the season is crazy. And the fact that he's such a high IQ player on defense, like his steals don't always come at half court, like just guarding your mans. It's when you rotate the ball to the big man and you run by. When you run by, he just goes slap the ball out your hand.
Yep. Or you swinging it. Shoot, there it go. He creates havoc.
And he's gonna be part of the coalition that's gonna stay here. I call him the light skin coalition. Him, Jalen, and Trey, they here forever. They're not gonna let you go.
I honestly think that Trey has re-indoctrinated himself into not being. I really think they had a conversation with Trey in the offseason. Not like a mean conversation or hey, we don't want you here, but either you're going to play more like we want you to play, or we're going to find you a place for you to play the way that you want to play.
I think they had that conversation before the trade. So before the trade, it was everybody was trying to figure out, you going to keep DeJounte or you going to keep Trey? And I think that the conversation was, we going to sit down, and if we get rid of DeJounte, you have to play this way or we're going to get rid of you too. But we are giving you the keys. You already got the keys. We're not going to take the keys from you, and we're going to build around you. Kind of like I think on All the Smoke, they said they kind of built around him like they built around AI in the 2001.
Right.
We're going to build around you, but if you fuck this up, this is it.
I ain't playing with you no more now. And I think that the Jalen Johnson emergence really gave them some leverage. Like, hey, you can't play with me no more. We'll build around him. and you see what he does every night. Damn, 17, 11, and 5. We
Dunking on
can
you.
find a way to win with that.
Yeah. So
And
Dyson
he's at $30 million. You have to understand, you the high man on totem pole. We can find you know what we can do with that money? We go ahead and lock up Dyson at like 20 million and still have plenty of money left. 50 million, you get Dyson and then go pay a $30 million player.
Talking about getting rid of Trey, they're not gonna get rid of Trey, and they've
no, but I'm telling you, I can reallocate your money if you keep playing.
Well, Trey has been playing well in terms of being a leader and getting everybody else in the team.
Way better.
All we're waiting on is Trey to get his shooting right. Everybody says this is Trae Young confusion, and for those in the audio experience, Trey is having a puzzling season. Elite playmaking combined with abysmal shooting. He is averaging a career high in assists. Mind you, the last 2 years he's had the most assists. In the NBA. But he's averaging a career high 12.3 assists. And I wouldn't be surprised. I haven't looked at this stat, but I would challenge you to go look at the amount of turnovers he's had compared to other years. He's not turning the ball over as much. He's setting everybody else up instead of hunting his own shots. But he's also had 12 games of shooting under 40% from the field. He's shooting 31.3% from three. He is shooting a career low 38.2% from the field. He's basically got to figure out a shot. Now, I've also heard that Trey also starts out slow every year, and then he ends up turning it up around the All-Star game. But I do like this. This is what you asked for. This is the Trey you asked for minus the bad shooting. This is what you want.
Right. This is mostly what I want. I would like for him to, if he could just average the same amount of points on a reasonable clip, I'm happy. Him and Ricochet, if they can get their shot to fall at a decent level, that puts the Hawks in a scary situation. Like, that makes the Hawks a problem for y'all every night. Right now, we're just playing really good defense, and Hunter and Bogey are coming in on that second unit and bombing away on your second unit, and you don't have anything to keep up with. And they're coming in to punch you in the face as many times as they can. And then at the end of the game, if we're up, then it's Trey, Dyson, Hunter, Jalen, and whatever center's playing well. If we down, then Bogey gonna play the two. It just really depends on what we got going. If we need points, it's Bogey. If we need stops, then it's Dyson. That's a really good thing to have to be able to end games, because you have a lot more control over how the game ends. I'm excited though.
I would love to see what it's gonna look like when their shot falls. Ricochet, what's so frustrating about the Hawks is we always show the potential. The Hawks always have the potential, right? We'll beat Cleveland. We'll beat Boston. We'll beat the top teams in the East. We'll beat the top teams in the West, but then we play down. Same thing with Trey. Trey will average 12.3. Ricochet will get 33 points in a game as a rookie, but then he'll also go 0 for 9. And so it's like, if we could just put it all together, I would rather Ricochet give me 15 consistently than give me 35 every 7 nights. You would rather Trey
I don't even need 15 from him. Give me 12 on a decent clip.
But 12 to 15. Like 12 to 15 either way. But I mean, like,
shooting 3 or 12, 1 of 9, bruh. Those 10 points are really the difference between winning and losing a lot of the games. And I get it, he's a rookie, but we need 10 points. We need 10 points and reasonable shooting out of you. I do think that there are 2 moves that we have to make here soon. I think we either need to pick up Lonnie Walker Jr., or I think we need to go after Markelle Fultz as the backup point guard, since Kobe Buffkin is done for the season. And I think that the Okongwu, no. I think Clint's too good there's no upgrade for Clint. It's not a way to get a player better than him. So the best thing that you can do is move Okongwu and see if you can get a guy bigger than him. The size is the unfortunate part about Okongwu is you need a guy who can be. He's just too small. We tried it and tried it and tried it. He can't take Clint's spot because he can't rebound as well as Clint, and he can't defend when we play really big guys.
The thing about Clint though is he's so bad offensively, and you need somebody to be able to stretch the floor. I mean, the answer we've already discussed it. You convinced me. Is you trade Okongwu and somebody else for John Collins, and you bring John Collins and make him the starting five, and then bring Capella off the bench. That's
play matchup. If they got a big center, Clint. If they got a small center, John. And I honestly, I don't think that'll ever happen in a million years because of all of the stuff with it. But he's the perfect person for this team, and we gave him away for nothing.
Yeah, but you touched on this before. Unfortunately, Kobe Buffkin has what you call right shoulder instability, which means his shoulder keeps falling in and out of socket during contact after he dislocated it last year. And he elected not to have surgery, and he tried to play through it. And now at this point, it's probably better for him to have surgery. So he decided to have surgery on the shoulder, and he's out for the rest of the season, and he'll be back in 2025, 2026. Two things of that, you probably can keep him around for cheaper. I think he's in his second or third year. So that, but two, you have to go get a backup point guard now. We have nobody. Jalen Johnson is our backup point guard, or Bogey.
But either way, we got to go get a guy. You have to go get a guy, and I think we need two. I think we need to get rid of Roddy. That Roddy experiment has come and gone pretty fast. He stinks, and we need Plumlee off the roster.
Roddy who?
David Roddy.
I don't even know who that is.
He's the backup. He's like a backup 3-4.
Does he play?
He's just he was playing when everybody was hurt, but he needs to go. And yeah, Cody Zeller needs to go. We need both of those spots back badly.
Yeah. So T's and P's to Buffkin. I do think Buffkin has the ability, because he's such a bigger guard and he's left-handed. If he could figure out the point guard position or combo guard position, he would be a beast. It's just he can't. He hasn't been healthy the whole time he's been here.
Nope. And our backup point guard is Vit Krejci. Let's not.
That's cool.
And V is on a really. I mean, he's on the best card. He's a 4-year minimum contract, and he plays pretty well. He's a good enough guy at ball handling and distributing. But give me Markelle or Lonnie Walker or Dennis Smith Jr. Just give me one of those guys who can just get us some oomph.
You know, Sneaky, Plumlee and or Zeller cannot give us quality front court minutes. I agree. We don't have the size in the front court in order to be picky,
and also Cody hasn't
ever
been with the team. He's never going to play for the Hawks.
I don't know what's I think this was a stopgap.
No. They traded him. He had to come over in the New Orleans trade. But he's never going to play for us. That was an understanding from day one. They tell him to stay away. It's not like he's, got beef with us or anything. It's just a mutual agreement that no. But we just owe him money. And he's like, well, y'all going to pay me.
What's your thoughts on DeAndre Hunter? This is a contract year, I believe. He's 6th man of the year. In contention for 6th man of the year. He's talking big trash to everybody. He seems like he's playing with a chip on his shoulder, and it's working. I mean, he is right now probably favored to be 6th man of the year. He is everything we thought the potential was.
No. We have him this year at 21, next year at 23, and then in the year after that at 24. And I think that's a great. If he continues to play like this, then you re-sign him at that price. For me, this is what I've always wanted to see out of him. That is one of the things I will say about him and Clint and John Collins. They were just always kind of too quiet and too nice. We never, like, DeJounte was the only person who had the dog, who would actually get into it. Trey will dog you, but he ain't gonna fight you. To see Hunter with the physique that he has, let's be real here. He's
grown man.
Yeah. But I think that he's figuring out what I think all of us already knew. Bro, you're strong enough to play the 3 and the 4. I've seen him stonewall Bam, and I've seen him stonewall Giannis. And if he played with that level of confidence, then he's what we believed him to be. Now, he may never be the passer that we hoped, but
which is why coming off the bench is so perfect. We don't need you to pass the ball off the bench. We don't need you to pass the ball.
There's nobody to pass the ball to.
Shoot all you want to.
Yeah.
You and Bogey, go ahead.
Yeah. And I think that that's working out well for him. And I think he's also kind of tired of kind of getting bullied, because he gets bullied. And the Hawks as a whole, as an organization, have notoriously gotten bullied a lot. And I think that one of the better things is Trey doing what Trey gonna do is gonna get you into enough shit that eventually you're gonna be like, well, we just gonna have to get to it now. Because I don't think he's naturally this person. He's very quiet. Him and Cam Reddish was the most mute people I've ever seen in my life. As a person who's watched almost every 100 minute, you still don't really know anything about him. Like he's kind of like, we always wanted to compare him to Kawhi, but he's like that. You don't know anything about him. You don't know anything about his personal life. He has one friend who's Ty Jerome. That's it. So yeah, I'm happy to see him aggressive. And I think that, dunk on Wemby. And if LeBron walk up, hey, old man, take you on out here in this grass. You keep playing with me.
I will say defensively, folks are getting to the point where they don't really want to see him. Like, because he's definitely in the role of the sixth man, but he ends the game. Like, it don't matter who the other three. Ricochet, you on the bench. But and his defense, he's getting to the point where he's getting beneficial calls now, right? Before he was getting the ticky-tack fouls and all of that stuff. Yeah. He still gets them every now and then. But now it's like, nah, he just ripped you. You better run down the court and stop crying, LeBron, and all of that other stuff. And if he could
he stays in good position. He don't outplay himself like
he's
that.
Never. I mean, that's the Virginia Cavalier in him. He's never been out of position defensively. He's fundamentally defensively. He's really, really good. And now that he's realized that, hey, I am 6'9", like he's a legit 6'9", he's the same. He's the same size as Jason Tatum, right? I've seen him guard Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Like,
I think he's stronger. I think he's like, if
he's stronger than all of them.
His arms and look at Tatum. Tatum's still kind of slender. Hunter is ripped.
Hunter's Kawhi. And if he can continue on this trajectory, I know that he'll eventually plateau out. He's not going to shoot 60% from the field or 50% from the field for his whole career. But he's figured out that we don't have really a mid-range shooter. We got 3-point shooters, we got post, and then we have you. Maybe Bogey every now and then, but Bogey gets hot from 3. So it's basically you. And when you start hitting them mid-range and they just gave him the paint and say, hey, you go out there and you figure it out, now you get 22 points a game or 25 points or 19 or whatever he's averaging. Like, you get all of, and then you talking trash. He the little brother that realized I'm finally not the little brother anymore. I'm bigger than all
right. Y'all keep playing with me. And I can just shoot. I'm a 3-level scorer. I can get to the bucket, which I really wish he was more aggressive at the bucket.
That's not the game you play in, though.
I know, but it will make you get more free throws, and he's a good free throw shooter.
Mm-hmm.
And mid range, I think he's probably the best or second best mid ranger. I think that he probably gets into his mid-range shot a little bit easier than Bogey because he's just bigger. So as anybody who's smaller, then I'm gonna just shoot over you. And then he can shoot decently from three. Outside of Bogey, I think that he's probably the best 3-point shooter. Trey is a volume shooter, but Hunter is more of a just, hey, if you give me a little bit of space, I'll make it. And he shot one right on Anthony. He shot a Trey Young shot on Anthony Edwards. And I was damn near pissed, but it went in. So I was like, all right, well, you got it. He shot it. And it's like he stepped back and Edwards was right there in front of him. And I'm like, this is not a good shot. He shot that thing. It didn't touch nothing. I said, hey.
But he a around the world shooter though. He gonna come in. He gonna hit her. If he get a dunk and a free throw, then he gonna hit the mid range. Then if he hit 2 mid range, he gonna pull from 3, and he gonna shoot from 3, and he gonna shoot, and he gonna keep shooting. He gonna keep shooting.
But I feel like once he dunks, he charges up in a different way. Like I feel like that gives him that. All right, now I'm feeling good. Now I'm finna really go at y'all. Other than that, he'll mid-range and kind of 3-point shoot you to death and shoot some layups. But when he dunk on somebody or dunk near somebody, oh, let's. I'm feeling good now.
Yeah, man. So I mean, the Hawks. I think we got a nice little schedule going forward. But for the most part, I'm satisfied from what I'm seeing. I do expect them to make a move either at center or backup point guard or both. I don't know who you get. I don't know what's available. Right. But I think they are one move away.
Lonnie Walker, Markelle Fultz. Those are they're big enough. They're active enough.
Yeah, it's point guard, but what you gonna do at center?
I don't know. You can't get rid of Clint for sure. He rebounds too well. There is not one center that you can get that rebounds as well as him that can shoot. So that's toast. That's the reason Okongwu is the guy who's got to go. You just can't take Clint's spot. Clint rebounds really, really, really well. Like one of the best.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's basically our version of Andre Drummond at this point. So,
but better than Drummond because he helps the team rebound. Drummond's a good personal rebounder, but one thing that because at one point we were kind of looking at Drummond as well. Drummond don't really lift the team up. I don't know why.
Sneaky,
I don't know how.
We are not getting Dwight, and we are not going after Boogie. You disrespectful.
I would take 100%. If I could get rid of Cody Zeller and get Dwight, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Congratulations to Dwight. You got engaged, by the way.
Don't go in them comments. Ooh,
I did.
They got out of there.
It was funny. But ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of the NBA basketball segment of episode 172 of the SplashCast.
All right.
Norwood, if we ain't forget anything, take us out. It's Christmas Eve. Happy holidays.
Ladies, yes, happy holidays. Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, thank you guys for rocking with us, finishing the show today on Tuesday. Club going up on a Tuesday. With that being said, once again, from the Dive Team Media family, from the SplashCast Studios, happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And people with birthdays and all of that, we love y'all too. Without y'all, none of this would be possible. With that being said, number one, RIP to Ricky Henderson, more Black baseball. More Black baseball, more Black baseball. Number 2, more Black cowboys and cowgirls. Number 3, the historically Black college university that your cousin went to, you went to, your auntie went to, the person who used to sit in the back of church and laugh kiki, and your mom be like, stop doing that, I'm gonna whoop your ass at the church. Send some money to today's school. Historical Black College University in your neighborhood, the one you go to for homecoming, step shows, sometimes just to be for the vibes, to be around your people. Send some money over there, especially going to be over there sucking them set out, drinking up all the Hennessy, eating up all the chicken, and drinking up the beer. Send some money over there. And then finally, the greatest learning institution in all the world, the Hampton University. We only ask for $18.68 on behalf of the year that the university was founded. Send it on behalf of the SplashCast. Help somebody else go to college, stay in college, or make the facilities better. Without you, none of this is possible. Us together, we can accomplish anything. Once again, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Adios, mi amigos. God is love. Me and Reggie truly love you guys. See y'all next year.
Peace. See y'all. We out of here. Until next time.
What should they do? Like, follow, subscribe. Thank you, my friend. We here for it.